It's Labor Day, guys, and that means that we're good to chat. This is just going to be um uh a chance for us to get together and talk uh about life, about things, a little bit more free, a little bit more free. Still gonna have that PG thing going on, because that's my choice. Hi, Pineapple Owl. How are you? Hopefully, you're doing good. I'm doing great. There's no theme today. We are just chatting. There's sort of like we did on Friday during the day, I think it was. Um, we cooked out as a family on Friday. No, Sunday, just yesterday. We had all of the foods. Green dinosaur bones found in Germany. Ay, 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 time to restart this live. No, I did not. Or maybe I did. I had been working all day, sort of, on YouTube, so pardon my brain. I need to write down ideas for discussion to help move chat along a little bit, and I don't. I did not, Carol. Let's see what I can find out. So I did find out today. Oh, a terror bird. Like it. These creatures are crazy. If you don't know anything about them, they're like secretary birds on steroids. If you don't know what a secretary bird is, they are a bipedal bird. What is dot? Dot, we don't understand Morse code. Either speak English or goodbye. Hi, Heather Bennett. Yeah, and vicious birds too. We are talking about whatever, but at the moment, and we're gonna come back to an earlier topic, but for right now, we are talking about Gastronus, I think is how you pronounce it. They are a terror bird, very, very big bird. But we had a topic that we were, yeah, um, and tall. 75 feet long? Oh, you're talking the dinosaur. Yes, both the dinosaurs that Carol's talking about and the Gastronus. I need to look up green dinosaur bones in Utah. That's okay. Okay, so let me explain the bones that Carol found really quickly. They were found in Utah, obviously, and due to volcanic activity from around 800 to 50 million years ago, it was hot enough that a green mineral changed the color of the bones. So, very, very cool. I don't know. They were. The animal stands 75 feet. It is 75 feet long and weighs about 5 tons, or would have weighed around 5 tons. It will be displayed in Los Angeles. That's odd. Why would you not display it in Utah where it was found? Right? I mean, I would think you would display it in Utah first. And then get rid of it. I'm trying to see. So they were found in an area called Cow Dung Reserve. So apparently it's a sauropod, which means if you don't know what a sauropod is, they're the ones that walk on 2 legs. Or sorry, gosh darn it. They walk on 4 legs. 4 legs, not 2 legs. 4 legs. They actually saw when they were going to dig, they found bones just sticking out of the rocks. Yes. I don't know. I don't know what species. Cam. Well, I thought that doesn't make any sense. I'm hoping this is the same dinosaur. Oh, herbal tea. It was a Camarasaurus. Cameraasaurus, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe that's a different article. Here it is. Let's see. It is a composite mount of multiple specimens. Interesting. It is not Camarasaurus, though. It says, according to the museum, that it belongs to a species of Diplodocus. Hi, how are you, Amarillo? So that's cool. I love when we get new species. It excites me. It excites me even more when it's natural species. So if you don't know Diplodocus, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Oh, from Iran. Awesome. They were a very large dinosaur. Again, 4 legs. These guys walked very slowly. Titanus, is that a cat? And Pineapple Owl? Is that a cat? I don't think so. Oh, okay. It's one of the... Is that a species of... Oh, yes. It's a species of terror bird. That's what I thought. Once you said bird, it's like, yep. It is a... Well, it's a genus, I believe. Age range puts them around 5 to 1.8 million years ago. And they came in during the Pliocene and the early Paleocene. I'm horrible with these pronunciations. I can read them and I know what they mean, but heaven forbid I have to actually announce them. So these guys have been found in the Gulf coastal plain of the United States. They lived in Florida, or at least this species. Fossils of Titanus walleri were first discovered in 1961 and 1962 from an underwater site on the Santa Fe River. Trying to see. Oh, they don't say. These birds could grow to be around 5 feet tall. What? They ate armadillos, horses, tapirs, capybaras, and other herbivores. So maybe this was not one of the bigger ones? They would have stalked their prey and then chased after it. And it's actually one of the only ones that crossed over from South America, because most terror birds are South American, not from North America. So that's pretty cool. And it actually ate horses. But it says they also ate larger animals. That sounded like mostly smaller animals. They didn't, by the way, they did not fly. These birds were completely, utterly flightless. Now it says they also ate larger prey. I don't know what larger prey that was. Yeah, definitely. They didn't fly. They would have basically they would have been like, right. Oh, that's horrible, Brian. That's sad. They're one of my favorite birds. Development, I bet. Development is horrible what it does to animals. Yeah. Sometimes though it's interesting what animals benefit from being around people compared with animals that just don't. Up here, we have, in my area, we have at least one, maybe two breeding pairs that live locally. Blue jays are an interesting bird. Jays are in particular an interesting bird. Yeah. Blue jays, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but blue jays will go after bird eggs. And so other songbirds don't really like blue jays. But blue jays will also mob hawks. So it's a thing. Urban wildlife is really cool. And it seems like some with West Nile, when that first hit, if you are a birder, you would have noticed a big drop off in the population of crows and the population of blue jays. They dropped like big time. And then pretty quickly the crows picked back up, and then the blue jays were finally getting blue jays to the point where you're not just hearing them, you're seeing them. So that's really cool. Says we only have 2 people in live. I know that's not right. If you're in live, please make sure that you are giving a like. I like this. It's not quite our usual chat, but I like this. Thank you, Pineapple Owl. Brian Stewart, thank you. I have to ask. Because Brian, I don't know how old you are, and I'm not going to ask, but jaguars are a very real thing in North America, or at least they used to be. Would you be opposed to jaguar reintroductions in Arizona? And if so, how should we do it? If you don't know, jaguars will cross the border from Mexico into the United States. I think it's New Mexico. I don't know if Arizona gets them, but I know New Mexico has in the past. Sorry for changing the subject. My brain works in really weird ways. I agree. I completely agree. I don't know if you guys have followed what's Colorado. Colorado has said that they need to relocate the wolves that were reintroduced. They've had some issues with livestock disappearing, and they linked it to the wolves. But on that same note, they had a wolf enter Rocky Mountain National Park. That is so awesome, Brian. I get excited every time I hear about one crossing over from Mexico. And a lot of people would have no idea that we had jaguars. And it is nature. But unfortunately, we I have to be careful because I tend to get on a soapbox about this, and it irritates me to no end. I don't notice it. I mean, it happens in other cultures, I know, but Europeans, Americans, we tend to want nature out in nature. We don't necessarily want it at our doorsteps. And like in my home state, we eliminated porcupines, mountain lions, bison, except we don't call them mountain lions, wolves, coyote, black bear. I don't think grizzly bears were ever here, so that doesn't count. And I think elk. So those 6 animals were eliminated from my home state. And we do occasionally get black bear. I haven't seen any reports of mountain lions. We have a reintroduced herd of buffalo within the confines of a park. Yes, they did. Yeah, and I'm floored with those, and with the big predators eliminated, we now get coyotes. And not where I live, but within my city, we have coyotes that travel the river by my house. And if you live by that river, you can hear them. You know, I have a funny story about mountain lions. My family, when I was a child and into my teen years, made the trip every year to Utah. We have family there. And we stopped at a truck stop in Nebraska. I went to open up the door to leave the truck stop, and a mountain lion, no kidding, walked right in front of the doors. I turned around, I went to my mom very excitedly, probably a little bit scared, and I said, "There's a mountain lion outside." And somebody heard me, and they said that, "Oh, so-and-so's mountain lion got away again." And I'm like, back then I thought that would be kind of cool to have a mountain lion for a pet. Now, as an adult, I'm like, yeah, no. Mike, or Tyke, I cannot, but please stay with the conversation, okay? I know coyotes are a lot more common than people think. Which is why on this channel, I always tell people, keep your animals inside when you're not watching them, because a coyote, if they're small enough, will take them as food. I actually watched a video where a coyote grabbed a dog through a fence or through a gate and pulled it out of the gate by its snout. Hey, BG. So, a little bit unnerving. But it's interesting to see the dynamics. Once the cougar and the bear were removed and the coyote started moving east, yeah, there's nothing to stop it from becoming an apex predator. I believe it. They're very opportunist feeders. So if there's an opportunity, they're going to take it. Another animal that I don't remember seeing as a kid, but I'm seeing it now quite a bit, are red foxes. Yeah. There was a kid outside one of the museums in Chicago that was grabbed. You've never seen a red fox pineapple owl? I am not 80. Thank you. But yeah, I'm blessed to have a young voice. I have seen them a few houses down from my house. I live in a very suburban area. Houses up and down the street, and they were coming out of a yard just along the railroad tracks, 2 of them. I've seen one in my brother's yard. I hope so. And I've seen them at a park in my area. So they're definitely around. Now, I have not seen gray fox. One of my nephews was just telling me that they saw a gray fox. Sorry, guys. One of the things that I do is I write down screen names as you come in so that I can go back. It helps me because I want to do a map at some point. Another animal that I've never seen it, but I know that they're here, is bobcat. I've never seen a live bobcat, but I know that they're here because one was killed almost at the Indiana and Illinois border. Have you guys ever seen bobcat? I know I am not going to try pronouncing your name because I'm going to mess it up. But Saha, sorry, Aradev, what type of wildlife do you see in your area? Now, was that pineapple, was that locally, like within your area, or was that like at a park? Because unfortunately, the bobcat that was spotted was roadkill. So, or road unalived. Oh, okay, so not like in the wild. Another thing that we saw that I've seen, unfortunately, again, I've seen it twice. Okay, that's okay. I growing up never had a clue, but American badger. Had no clue they were in my area. Until one day my brother calls me and goes, "There's a wolverine out here on the road. Can you come? If I pick you up, will you come with me and ID it?" So I did. I went with him to identify it. It was not a wolverine. It was an American badger. So that was sad, but also very cool. I do like turtles. I don't have any. Jeff, watch the language, bud. But I do. One of my favorite turtles. Of course, it's not alive anymore. Brian, did we lose you? Archelon would have been bigger than a leatherback sea turtle, I believe. They would have been massive. And amazingly, they lived in oceans that covered North America. And so we have found them on this continent. Pretty cool. What's your question, King Prawn? We are talking about whatever comes up. Right now, we're talking about Archelon, which was a prehistoric marine turtle. Very much a sea turtle, I believe. I don't believe they were freshwater. And they were just huge. I cannot. Can you? King Prawn, we are not discussing him. Sorry. I am good. I guess from the fact that I told you we're not going to discuss him, that'll tell you what I think about him. I don't collect comics. A carrot is not an animal. Surprisingly enough. I don't have one favorite animal. I have many favorite animals. Oh, parrots. I like parrots. One of my favorite animals is not. Oh, yes, it is. Jeff, we're not talking about that subject. Thank you. One I collect, and it stems from my childhood. I collect animal replicas or animal toys. This happens to be Komodo dragon. This is what I collect since people asked. And I think I have, let's see, They go from over there, and there's 4 shelves all the way across to the other side. I've seen them in zoos. And it's interesting because when I was a kid, it was thought that they killed their prey with bacteria. And then but we've now learned that it's actually venom. They have teeth like a shark, and they do not play around. Very, very intelligent animals. One would not think so, but they are highly, highly intelligent. Sorry guys, I'm not watching the channel for a second. I'm doing a little bit of cleanup. Yeah, and platypuses are venomous too, which probably surprises a lot of people. Let me see. Hold on. I hate when I do that. Yeah, it could be a monitor lizards because there are monitor lizards in captivity, but probably not a Komodo. Which a Komodo is a monitor. So it's only the male platypuses that are venomous. And it's not probably going to show up. But on their hind legs, there is a spur right above my fingernail. And that spur is loaded with venom. There is a venom gland. And if you get hit by that, it's going to hurt. And I mean hurt. It is probably up there with, let's see. I really want to get out to the San Diego Wildlife Park because they are the only zoo, I think, outside of Australia that displays platypuses, and their sting can last for weeks, the pain from it, and it's resistant to painkillers. So people say that the sting is like I have to be careful because I don't know what I can say and what I can't say. But it's up there with childbirth. There was a family of carnivorous friends Are you talking about the why would we do that, Chef Ramsay? You're gone. Thank you for flying the friendly skies. Hi, Vivian. Sorry, Carol. I should have reported him. Oh, what was his name? I love it when the kids come in. Sorry, and I know there's younger people than me in here. So when I say that, I'm not attacking you. And when I say kids, I really mean like immature. Okay, we can return to our normal conversation. Thank you, Carol. Sorry for stepping in with that, but when you do that to me, I have to pay you back. Well, it's not a kids channel. It is not necessarily a kids channel. I don't understand the language. Please type in English. I'm not being rude, but I don't know what you're saying if you don't type in English. Yeah. Yeah, definitely that. But yeah, platypus's venom is not to be messed with. However, I think I read somewhere where they're actually, is it diabetes? Something I was just doing. Maybe it's not. Yes. We do have kids that come in. Yes. In fact, there is a hormone in their venom that they're hoping will lower glucose levels. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry. I didn't mean for you to retract your message. I don't understand what you typed. That's all. I thought I hid them. The messages should be deleted. I think I deleted the messages. Nobody else should be able to see them. Okay, new topic anyway. That's what I thought. Okay. You're welcome. Probably because I already got them. That's why. Um, and that the fact that venom very often has medical uses makes it even sadder when a venomous animal goes extinct, because who knows what that venom could have led to. Venomous creatures can be scary. Snakes can be scary if you don't like them, but very often venom has a use, and unless it's tested by scientists or doctors, there's no way of knowing what that venom could cure. So don't be quick to kill a venomous animal. I don't fear snakes, but I definitely respect them. I think respect goes both ways at times. I'm not saying that the rattlesnake that I might come across visiting Utah knows that I respect it, that it's not going to share that respect with me. But that respect could help keep me a little bit safer because I know what they can do. Hello, Haram. Bald eagles? Bald eagles have bounced back. I haven't heard. Uncle. It's okay. Typos are allowed. I know they're having a hard time with people, and I don't understand it. I don't understand why people shoot animals, but they're having a hard time with people shooting them and lead intake. I don't know if it's people just wanting to shoot stuff. I think the voice throws people off. They are cool. I'm always amazed at how big they are. Yes, it is basically a prehistoric armadillo type creature. as big as a VW bug, and that tail. Ugh. I don't know if I have any in my collection, per se, but I do have some. That it is perfectly fine, pineapple owl. There is nothing wrong with that. I'm glad you made it in. Having people that like the subject helps me to have something to talk about, because like I said, I did not plan today. Sometimes it's nice not to plan it out totally, because then it opens the door and lets the visitors to my channel or to my lives fill up time. So that's cool. They are very much like an armored tank. Now, there are these are not necessarily, they might be in the same family. But for those of you who don't know, Glyptodons are like this. They have that hard armadillo-like plating. And then usually their tail is a little bit armored as well. That one happens to have a bony club at the end with spikes. These are mammals. They are not reptiles. For those of you who don't know. And they lived basically during the Ice Age. Around in there anyway. But they are prehistoric armadillos. They're much bigger than our typical armadillos, but armadillos nonetheless. There is a giant armadillo. That's a little bit bigger than some of the others. Okay, guys. As long as the conversation is flowing, 0 people in live. Come on, YouTube, you're better than that. We're approaching an hour of live. So, as long as it's flowing, I will still talk. But I do have some stuff that I have to get done. Am I still live? It says I have one person. No, it's just that my thing said 0 people. It does drop sometimes like that. And it scares me a little bit because sometimes my live will freeze up and oh, okay. Okay. Sometimes my phone freezes up or the internet gets a little bit wobbly and I end up losing my channel or the live. So I'm just making sure that I'm not lost. I know that I need to, yeah. No, see, for me, it shows 1 again. Yeah, Glyptodonts are, I think, on Ice Age. I'm pretty sure. That's another animal that I wish I could see alive, but it's not going to happen, realistically. There's a lot of animals like that. I wish I could just close my eyes and be able to look back through time. But nope, can't do that. Isn't that recent time, like the time we're in now? That's, if I'm correct. Yeah. It's the age of man. For the last 11,500 years, the Earth has been in the Holocene epoch. It begins at the end of the last ice age. The dodo. Yeah. The moa, that one makes me sad because that quite possibly was done by man as well as the dodo. Sounds good. Pineapple Owl, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel. Or maybe you mentioned it and I forgot. Nothing. No reason. I just didn't realize that you had one. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I will be doing new videos today as well as shorts. I got behind. Probably because we had dinner with the family yesterday. Okay, we are an hour and 6 minutes. I need to go. Thank you guys for coming in today. We might do this again later this week. I don't know. But I will definitely be going live Tuesday night. Tuesday night subject is something else I need to work on today so that it's ready for tomorrow. It is Learn to Care, Philippine Crocodile. Saturday, September 6th. Or not Saturday. Friday, September 6th. Yellowstone as a Habitat. And then September 7th, National Zoo, Zoo to Do. So those are the lives coming up. Tuesday's live and Friday's live are at 7 p.m. Saturday's live is at 6 p.m. And anybody is welcome to come to those. So I am going to go. Carol, thank you for coming in. Pineapple Owl, thank you for coming in. Everybody else, thank you for coming in. Have a great Labor Day, what's left of it, and enjoy. Thank you again. Bye-bye.